Hello everyone, welcome to the update 2.2.4 weapons tier list for BBR Remastered. Individually, we will be ranking each weapon and talk a little bit about them with the entire tier list chart at the end of our video today. Our first category will be the snipers. Our first sniper in the list is the SSG-69, having the lowest damage but the fastest movement speed starting off. It's not going to be the best rifle, you're going to struggle with it at the longer ranges, but if you use it more of a scouting rifle more than a sniper rifle, you can have some success with it. But overall, it's a pretty low C tier from its low velocity, its slow reload time, and it doesn't exactly have much for it on the positive scale. Next sniper on the list is going to be your average SV98, also in the C tier, mostly because it doesn't have anything remarkable about it as well. It's going to be the same movement speed as the majority of the snipers, which isn't important to a sniper player. It's going to be having a faster velocity than the previous sniper, faster reload, and slightly more damage. But besides that, again, remarkably average. Good entry sniper though for the sniper player. Our first entry into the A tier will be the L96 sniper rifle, bolstering a very fast velocity, fastest movement speed once you have it kitted out with attachments, and overall very easy sniper to use. It's a great pick. In the D tier, we have the REM 700 sniper rifle, having the smallest mag size of any rifle in the game at only 5. In average velocity, nothing really to make up for that small mag size besides a cool sound. There's no reason to pick this gun outside of a joke. Jokes aside, we have the first and only S tier sniper rifle, the M200, bolstering a base 1400 velocity and can go upwards to 1540, the fastest of any weapon in the game. It will make these long distance shots easy from the velocity, reducing the bullet drop the higher it is. Last but not least, it has a slow movement speed and a 7-round base mag, and it can get a short mag for the players who want to make up for that slow movement speed. Last but not least, for the snipers in the D tier is the MSR. Suffering from the slow movement speed, it isn't made up with that high velocity like the M200. It also suffers from the second smallest magazine of the sniper category at 6, one above the REM, one below the M200. It can get an extended mag, but only to 8, which is not worth it with all the debuffs it got. Again, this is a joke weapon, no reason to pick it. Now, leaving the sniper rifles to talk about designated marksman rifles, we are going to be starting off with a high S tier, the MK20 DMR. This DMR has one of the easiest recoils in the game after attachments. It has a quick mag, which not all DMRs can get, the fastest velocity of all DMRs, and a sizable mag on top of it all. Following in the A tier is the M110 DMR, having the ability to 2-shot kill any unarmored targets up to 400 meters away. It is also one of the easiest DMRs to use. The recoil can be difficult, but needing to land one less shot than every other DMR makes it a very alert pick. The MK14 EBR is going to be sitting in a D tier for many problems that plagues this weapon. Albeit being fully automatic, you can't really use the full auto option due to the 1.5 first shot kick that makes it unreasonable to use at those longer distances where you're supposed to be using a DMR. The fire rate is too slow at the as aforementioned 400 RPM to use it in the closer ranges, losing to battle rifles or simply other DMRs that hit harder, and being only at 40 damage, which is under the 42 damage breakpoint to start dealing with the medium armors and the exo armors. In the C tier, we have the SVD DMR doing better than the MK14 against exo armors, but suffering the same way against medium due to the breakpoints, as the slowest reload of any DMR with no option for a quick mag. It has slightly better velocity. There's not much reason to pick this gun besides its highest single fire rate. Continuing with the battle rifles, these high recoil weapons will give you the option of close and medium range, starting off with the AK-15 in the C tier. It's held back by its very slow ADS time of 0.3. It has the ability, like the majority of battle rifles, to hit one in the head, one in the body on an unarmored player to fully kill them. And it has the best extended mag in the game, arguably, of any weapon, which admittedly isn't a high bar. It's your middle of the road battle rifle. In the B tier, we have the Scar H, the hardest hitting battle rifle for the players who enjoy cracking through the tougher armored players of the enemy team. It's going to come at a slow fire rate of 500 RPM and a 20 round mag. Starting off with the G3. In the D tier, we're going to talk about the positives, as there are few. It has the fastest velocity paired with the longest drop off and the easiest to use battle rifle. And the negatives that's plagued by is the lowest damage of any battle rifle, the longest reload, and on top of that, no option of a quick mag, which every other battle rifle has the option of. And due to the low damage that was mentioned previously, it loses the unique benefit that these hard-hitting weapons get of hitting one in the head and one in the body to kill an unarmored player. In the S tier, we have the FAL sharing the same damage as the AK-15. It's going to have the fastest movement speed and fastest fire rate of all battle rifles, sharing the smallest mag size at 20. It also has the fastest reload and the option of a quick mag. Continuing, we will talk about the light machine guns. Starting off in the B tier is the M249. This weapon has the negative of having a no drop mag reload, since it plays the same animation as it would if you do a normal reload. Paired with that long 6.6 reload, it's almost mandatory to run a B25 grip on this weapon if you want to play aggressively. Followed up on the positives, it has a 31 damage headshot, which means it will be able to 3-tap headshot all helmets. And it has a 6 light armor damage, so it's a good anti-vehicle weapon. In the C tier, we have the Ultimax 100 having lower damage against players and vehicles. It's also going to have lower recoil, albeit a higher first shot recoil. It's going to be able to reload faster and do a drop mag reload, so it's going to be overall easier to hold positions with simply shooting more bullets down range. It's going to have the small issue of having a slower fire rate as well, though, at 600. The light support guns are going to be a great choice for your aggressive sports. In the A tier, we have the L86A1. This weapon is going to shoot the fastest of any weapon that support has access to. That's 775 fire rate. It's going to have a basic 30 round mag with the option of a quick mag. It's going to have a nice 32 damage, so it's going to have a 4-shot kill all the way up to medium, which is very nice. Overall, it's just a very solid choice to have. Also in the A tier, we have the RPK-16, boasting the same 32 damage, albeit at a slower fire rate of 680. It's going to have a bigger magazine than the L86 at 45, but without the option of a quick mag being its only downside. With this weapon, you're bound to have great success in any match you play. In the B tier, we have the MG36 at only 600 fire rate. It's going to be the slowest firing light support gun. It has a 40 round base mag with no option of a quick mag. It's a solid choice due to its 34 damage, which allows it to be able to hit a 3-shot unarmored kill on players and a double headshot. Continuing with the automatic rifles, we're going to be starting off with the AK-74 in the A tier. This weapon is going to be a really solid choice, middle down the road, at 670 fire rate and 32 damage. You're going to have a really consistent weapon that has the option of a quick mag. It's very middle of the road, but it is one of the most consistent weapons in the game. Our next option is the F2000. It's a solid assault rifle for the players who like a low recoil weapon. It's going to come with a caveat of simply not being very effective against body shots. It has the benefit of being a very good headshot weapon at 850 fire rate and a 3-shot headshot. But besides that, being below the 24 damage makes it very hard to get the average body shot kill. Next is the AUG A3, another low recoil option. Only downside to this weapon that stops it from being S tier is that it simply sucks in close range. At only 600 fire rate and 31 damage, it's gonna have a solid profile against headshots and a very low recoil. On top of that, it has the unique attribute of having 150 meters of drop off and the fastest velocity of all automatic rifles. In the B tier, we have a very similar weapon, the SG-550. It has the neat attribute of having 150 meters of drop off like the AUG, but the downside of not having as fast a velocity, so rarely do you get to make use of it, and not having as high damage, so headshots against tankier players will make you work for it with this gun. Continuing in the B tier, we have the FAMAS. This weapon is good for the players who like playing the medium range while having access to the close range at the same time, albeit it needs to be kitted out to really get use of the close range, since you'll get a very fast reload speed once kitted. Overall, it's an average choice. It's not going to be able to compete with any of the S tiers, but you're going to fare well with this weapon, with its biggest downside just being that small mag size of 25. In the A tier, we have the ACR, having just enough damage to crack through the light armor tier in 4 shots to kill. It has a 35 round mag once you get about 300 kills with its quick mag attachment. On top of that, it is the fastest moving automatic rifle by default in the whole class. Continuing with the carbines, which are very similar, though leaning more towards that close quarters, you're going to have the M4 assault rifle in the C tier. Very average. It's essentially the ACR, but you do everything slower. There's not really much choice to pick this weapon over the ACR. It's just alright. Can't really go wrong with it, but you're not going to excel with it either. In the A tier, we have the Groza, weapon that's held back by its reload speed and its first shot kick that is rather brutal at a base of 3. This weapon has 1,000 damage per magazine, has the ability to 3-shot kill unarmored opponents and 2-shot headshot players without a helmet, so it's very strong in that regard. Kills very fast, very easy to use. In the B tier, we have the ASVAL, a weapon that suffers from its small magazine, but has a whopping 32 damage, making it very consistent against medium and exo players. It has the ability to shoot very far. despite its harsh recoil. Overall, it's a good flanking weapon, being internally suppressed. If you can control the recoil, you have a very good weapon on your hands. In the B tier, we have the G36C, a weapon very similar to the M4. Main differences being this weapon hits slightly harder at 31, being able to crack through those Juggernaut helmets, and has 50 more fire rate, so it kills slightly faster, and it's not as punishing when you miss, with the same low recoil. Following in the B tier, we have the HK419, boasting a blazing fast 825 fire rate, a 30 round base quick mag that gets reduced to 24 with the quick. It's a solid option for the players who want to lean into that close range but still have access to the medium range. It's a great choice for your more aggressive playstyles. Following in the C tier, we have the AK5C. This is simply a worse Groza. It moves slower, shoots slower, therefore kills slower. It has the same damage of 34, but 50 less fire rate. It does not have the same first shot kick of 3, so there's that benefit for it. And its normal default reload time is faster and can be made even faster by putting on a B25 grip. But overall, I just pick the Groza with Assault class over this weapon. Starting off with the personal defense weapons, we will be talking about the MP7, which is the best weapon in the game right now in S tier, easiest to use. It has fast movement speed, it kills fast. It's very easy to use, no reason not to pick it right now. In the C tier, we will talk about the PP2000. This is essentially the PDW version of the F2000. Very low damage of 24, where it will take an extra shot against body shots, but this one has 1,000 fire rate with the same 3-shot headshot kill. It has a 40 round mag, albeit reload slow. It's a solid choice for those players who really go for headshots, but if you can't aim at the head every single time, you're gonna struggle with this gun. In the B tier, we have the Honey Badger. Being the second fastest killer of the heaviest armor, it's a solid choice for those people who don't like those juggernauts. Suffering from a 25 round mag and 20 with quick mag could easily be A if it was fixed. Continuing in the B tier, we have the P90. This weapon suffers from a very short fall off for a PDW. This weapon will also have a 50 round mag to make up for it. It will have an amazing reload. This weapon can be played on assault to make that reload even better. So essentially you're using half an LMG, but you reload in half the time. Continuing with the submachine guns, these are great options for your CQC players. Starting off with the UMP-45 in the A tier, this weapon is an excellent choice for those who like hard-hitting, slow-firing weapons by having a fast movement speed, a fast reload. It's going to do 35 damage per bullet up to 20 meters. It's just going to be an excellent choice for ammo efficiency. In the D tier, we have the worst weapon in the game, without a doubt, only being slightly better than a secondary. That's all we can say for this gun. It has a very fast reload, a nice fire rate of 750, it moves at 1.05. but this is the only weapon where hitting headshots does not make you kill the enemy faster, which is absolutely ridiculous. In the B tier, we're going to be talking about the Chris Vector, a weapon that has truly fallen from grace. This weapon has the high capacity magazine of 36, fastest fire rate in the game shared with only one other weapon. On top of that, it's very fast at 1.1 movement speed, but the drawbacks it has are very numerous. It has 22 damage, so it needs an extra headshot to kill players at 4. It needs an extra body shot to kill people at 5, unarmored, and it struggles against armor heavily. In the C tier, we have the MP5, another weapon that got over nerfed. This weapon is supposed to be close quarters, but it kills slowly. This weapon is better than the PP19 since headshots do affect it. It has more range than the PP19, but also having the same very low recoil as that gun. It's a solid choice for those who just want to have a chill gaming sesh with a classic MP5, but don't expect very good results with this gun. In the S tier, we have the Scorpion Evo. This is similar to the Vector, but instead of getting movement speed, it trades it for killing power. This is the fastest killing gun in the game, period, with the caveat of its blazing fast fire rate of 1200 and its high recoil, making it very difficult to keep this weapon steady past 50 meters. That being said, you master this weapon, you will be rewarded so well. The only drawback to this weapon is its 1.0 movement speed. Besides that, it is a fantastic weapon to use. Continuing with the pistols, all classic pistols are objectively useless. Starting off in the D tier, we have the M9. Yes, this weapon has 32 damage, making it a solid choice, but not being automatic, and even if you use scroll wheel clicking or you have an insane trigger finger, you're gonna have to work with this gun to get kills. Very difficult to use weapon. In the C tier, we have the MP443. If you can scroll click it all the way up to its 450 fire rate, you're essentially using an MK14 as your secondary, albeit without the damage. This is the only classic pistol that cannot get a 3-shot headshot on unarmored targets even. It's a little ridiculous, but it has the fire rate to make up for it in a panicky situation, but you definitely want to upgrade as soon as you can. In the B tier, we're going to be talking about the USP, a solid middle ground between the M9 with its 3-shot headshot and the high capacity of the MP443 with its high fire rate of 450. It's a solid choice, the best of the classic pistols. In the A tier, we have the Glock 18. This weapon, having low damage but a blazing fast fire rate, makes it one of the fastest unarmored killing pistols in the game, also being the only automatic pistol in the game. At a 1100 fire rate, there's almost no choice to use this weapon besides the perks of the heavy pistols. In the B tier, we have our first heavy pistol, the Unica. Although it is a heavy pistol, it is the only heavy pistol that does not have a 1-shot headshot on unarmored helmets. It does 60 damage per shot, so if you hit even the lightest armor, it will require an extra shot to take down a player. Its reload time is not forgiving, but if you can get an unarmored opponent, it's only 2 shots. The final S tier of our list, and the only S tier secondary in the game, the Deagle. Starting off with the negatives, as they are few. You are going to be trading your movement speed going from 1.1 to 1.06 for the ability to 1-shot headshot players if you hit them in the face with no helmet. It has the fastest reload of every secondary in the game, and on top of that, it has a 7-round mag. Last but not least, for our tier list, we have the RSH-12 found in the A tier. This weapon, just like the Deagle, is going to trade off the speed for that 1-shot headshot potential, You're gonna get 5 bullets in your chamber with a hefty long reload. Despite that, this weapon really does make you feel like a cowboy at the end of the day. This is the tier list on full display on how I ranked everything, with the weapons more to the left, me thinking that they're just slightly better than the other weapons in that category. But at the end of the day, this is just my opinion. Let me know yours in the comments. Thank you everyone who made it to the end of the video. With this, you can get back to that battlefield and make sure to subscribe for more informational videos.